we were going with a quads type look with a tight end because I really like that because the numbers advantage becomes in our favor one way or another. Either we get an isolation backside with a chase banker that I'll take any day and twice on Sundays. You get a nice combination route with your 4 receivers, or you get an advantage in the box. They were giving us 5-on-6 in the box, and we couldn't run the ball for anything. We don't come off the ball as an offensive line. We might be better off right now to play on both sides of the football with 11 skill players. And that's disheartening because we're a small team anyway. But when our 185, 195-pound linemen can't pull, can't trap, and can't block straight ahead, we're in trouble.
The only time you did get rushing yards is when your quarterback had open
when we were
field.
letting people go.
Yeah.
And that, again, I think when you look in the newspaper in the morning and Cypher's probably finished with, I don't know, ballpark of 70 yards, 50 yards rushing, something like that.
No.
Well, the second. Yeah. What did he finish with?
Not that
Cypher?
No.
I can tell you.
Okay. Probably sacks counting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, about
30-something rushing. But he was our only major plays on the ground for the most part. I mean, I thought we came out early and established a little bit of ground game, and then we go 2 down to shoot ourselves in the foot on third, which is what they never do. That's why they're so successful year in, year out.
they got like 5, 6 angles right.
So. But like I said, he was the one time we were having success with running football is when we're not blocking anybody intentionally. We ought to be the best screen and draw team in America because we don't block anybody when we pass it, so they ought to be coming like, I won't say my normal adjective, I guess, but they ought to be coming hard every time. But until we establish some kind of a blocking game, we won't beat anybody.
You also kind of shot yourself in the foot there in the first half. You were moving the ball on 2 drives there. You got inside the 40 and you had that interception. The ball juggling.
We didn't do it very good. I mean,
Chase got his hands on it.
And that's another thing. I'll bet you we dropped more balls tonight than we've ever dropped. Did Stanley have a catch all night? I bet he had 4 thrown to him.
No.
I don't think he had a reception. And he's got some sore ribs, but he'll be all right. But he ought to be catching the football. I mean, Parker had 1 drop, Banker had 2. And Elliott, I think, is the only one that never dropped the ball. And I think he only had 1 thrown to him, and I don't know that it was thrown to him. He just caught it in front of Parker over there on our sideline. I think it was a heck of a catch. But we're getting the ball to him. We can't catch it. Sometimes we're making bad reads as a quarterback. I mean, we had the play coming into that end zone with Elliott up the middle of the field. Shoot, I'm not sure we couldn't have punted it to him.
So, Coach, in your eyes, is it kind of a game of missed opportunities?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure missed opportunities wins the game for us by any stretch of the imagination.
But
I think that's a 28-7 game if we execute 28-14, somewhere in that neighborhood. But like I said, until we block someone up front, they'll drop 8 on us and we'll struggle.
And on the other end, you talk about getting tough. You talk about making tackles on contact. You got Hathaway running through tackles. You got Caldera breaking tackles.
Yeah, we didn't tackle.
You didn't
really
wrap up that very well.
At times we swarmed to the football pretty well, which is nice. And then at times we relied on solo tackles. I don't think we stopped their keep for anything more than a 10, 15-yard game all night. And we had 2 guys assigned to that. They were either getting hooked or diving down inside and biting on that little inside-out fake that they were giving us.
Is it kind of the case with them? They just pound you.
Oh, definitely.
It wears you down.
Oh, it definitely does. And they had some breaks to go, but we did also. I mean, I want to see film because I have no idea how the quarterback got that ball off because we were all over him on the touchdown pass. Or did we tackle? No, it was
2 yards.
No, we tackled him with 2 yards.
The long play, yeah.
The long play. I have no idea how he even got that off.
That was action play too.
Yeah, and we were all over him. I mean, he was throwing that thing as he was falling. But,
talk about that kid. He gives him a different dimension. He's a little bit like the Anderson kid, but he's kind of different too. Maybe a little quicker, maybe a little shiftier.
He looks. I was gonna say, it looks like he's got a little better moves. I don't think he has as strong of an arm as Troy does, but
he's another weapon for him.
Exactly. And that's kind of the way of Bridgeport, really.